Ladies and gentlemen, it is your favorite clickbait artist and content regurgitator, Dan Mitchell. Welcome to another Saturday episode of Dom Mafia Live. I know everyone's always saying, they're like, Dan, like, you're never live on Saturdays. This is your day off. Well, let me tell you what, my friends, I was feeling it today. I really was. And before anybody gets too sensitive in the comments, I do want to point out a couple of things. Believe this. There's nothing more I want to see than Patrick Mahomes bitching on the sidelines. I want to see cameras panning to Taylor Swift visibly upset with the absolute massacre that we could potentially put on the Kansas City Chiefs and all of their fan base across America. Make no mistake, I want to beat the ever-living shit out of the Kansas City Chiefs, folks. But you know what? It's a 50-50 shot, much like any game in the NFL. It's a 50-50, baby. It's a coin flip. Are the Buffalo Bills going to come out on top? Are they not going to? That is the entire point of today's video. I'm confident that we can. You've heard me break this down all week, where I think that there are quite a few favorable matchups leaning toward the Buffalo Bills. So super excited to break this down today, have a conversation with you guys. And what's up, dude? What's up to everybody in the chat? How is everybody damn doing? We have Flick Shorts rocking with us right now saying you should play the clip that I sent. Ugh. Absolutely beautiful. You know what, dude? I will. I'm going to start this off with a clip that my good friend Flick Shorts put together. And fun fact, I was actually a part of a debate show.
In the time.
So I was actually a part of a debate show on Thursday, I want to say. I was fortunate enough to be welcomed on for the BetUS TV network, where I had to debate a Chiefs fan. I won. Fantastic. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Highly recommend you go on ahead and check out that show. I will go on ahead and put the link at the top of the chat. But Flix wants me to go on ahead and play this bad boy real fast. So let's go ahead and play this real quick. Shout out to my boy Flix for always clipping me when I need to be. Let's see if this is favorable or this is bad. Let me see.
Answered in the time allotted. Each player will have 2 minutes. We will start with Ryan first, as he won the coin toss.
Dude, Flix, I hate you. Bro, how old is that clip?
That's game right there. That's game.
Bro, come on, man. I thought that you were going to do something to paint me in a favorable light, and he continuously comes. Oh, come on, Flix. I hate you, bro. How you doing? I feel like Buffalo loses here. They win in the playoffs against them. So we have Matt Strasser coming in. And I'm going to tell you what, dude. I'm not even sure if this particularly has any weight. But for some reason, it's just been dominating my sort of mind space for the past couple of days. I am always terrified that this team treats this game like a playoff game, right? And like we show them all of the tricks up our sleeve. And then by the time that it comes into the second matchup, because make no mistake, this is game 1 of 2 for the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. There's no questions about it. I think everybody watching this, Bills fan, Chiefs fan, you agree. This is game 1 of 2. I suppose it's helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and knock on wood that Keon Coleman is not going to be out there, that Dalton Kincaid is not going to be out there. So we are almost forced to hold a couple of tricks up our sleeve at this point. I just don't want to give them all the answers to the test. I really don't. I still want to kick their ass. Trust me, that is 110% how this all kind of plays out. But we shall see. If you win, I will give you a positive clip. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. This is a trap game. 0 chance to gain the number 1 seed. Look at our schedule compared to the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'll tell you what, Ed, I feel like you and I might be on the same page here. I honestly don't give a shit about the number 1 seed. I really don't. I mean, obviously, I want as many home playoff games as humanly possible. But I mean, look at it last year, right? Like we had a home game against Kansas City during the playoffs. What did that really matter, right? Like what did that matter at that point? I'm going to continue to say this, that I think our best strategy for the playoffs is to avoid the Baltimore Ravens in general. I really think that that's our best case. And some of you guys are like, come on, Dan, that's a loser's mentality. What do you mean you want to avoid a particular team in the playoffs? Like, listen, homie, I'm not out there in pads, bro. All right. I'm not out there being able to like have my chops against Derrick Henry on a, you know, sort of nice little out route. It's different. Like I look at this team and I think that we match up great against the Kansas City Chiefs, but we don't match up great against teams out of the AFC North. And the second seed based off of how I think it's going to ultimately turn out, I have a feeling that Pittsburgh is going to win the AFC North. I think everyone's going to believe me once they watch Pittsburgh beat the shit out of Baltimore tomorrow. I know that's a hot take, but it's going to happen. You just wait for it. I think the second seed is hands down our best path to the Super Bowl. I really think that is the case. We had Richard Forbes saying, I watched the debate show between you and the Kansas City Chiefs fan. Shout out to Ryan Tracy. He is a great dude. Have a lot of respect for that guy. I mean, we will be favored in every game after Kansas City, except for at Detroit, but our remaining schedule is still tough. I mean, look, I feel like a lot of things are going in our favor right after the bye week. Number one, we're going to be healthy. Like, we're going to have a fully rested Keon Coleman, a fully rested Amari Cooper. Hopefully with Dalton Kincaid will be back as well. A lot of players that we have been missing, right? And even Matt Milano. And then on top of that, you also need to understand that Sean McDermott is undefeated after the bye week, and we're playing the San Francisco 49ers at home, so that's ideal. And you have the LA Rams, whose defense is an absolute liability. I'd probably have to agree with you. Like, I would say, so the only game where I am looking at our schedule for the remainder of the season, and let me know if I'm wrong, but the only game that I see where I'm saying, okay, like this is for sure a loss is against the Detroit Lions. And I would love to beat them, trust me. But like, that is the only game where I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, like we are heavily mismatched like during this game. I feel confident about every single game that is remaining on our schedule, including this Kansas City Chiefs matchup on Sunday. It could go either way. All of my takes about these games coming up are either this Buffalo Bills team is going to win or it's going to be super close, with the exception of the Lions game, which is that one where I'm saying I suppose it could go either way. So that's particularly where I'm at right now. So you're scared of the Ravens. I mean, I'm sure you watch week 4, right? I feel like everyone's scared of the Baltimore Ravens after they saw what happened there. Yo, my guy, Dan, I love the streams. Always watching. Go Bills. Blaze. Blaze, my guy, dude. What up, man? Hope all is well. We have Nancy coming in. Just win it tomorrow. One game at a time. Enjoy the game. Well, I'll tell you what, Nancy, I'm going to have to see if I can make an appointment with my physician prior to tomorrow, because I am not on blood pressure medication, but I feel like it might be something I should be doing some research on. This game always absolutely makes me go insane. I'm going to be pacing back and forth during my live game reaction, and I really hope that we walk away with a dub. Like I have been saying before, right? Nothing more I want to see than an absolute ownership. I would love to see the Buffalo Bills going out there firing on all cylinders and having us literally embarrass the Kansas City Chiefs. That would be an early Christmas present for me. Unfortunately, I know how these two teams play each other, and I have a feeling all of us are going to be riding on the potential heart attack game that is going to happen on Sunday. Hopefully the Rams have nothing to play for when we play them. We have John Paulo. Milano will be back in December. Tell you what, my friend, his 21-day practice window has been elevated, and that means that we need to activate him to the active roster by December 4th, and the San Francisco 49ers game is the 1st. So I have a pretty good feeling that we're going to be seeing Matt Milano out there right after the bye, my friend. We're going to have to see how that plays out. Can't spell game without gay. For sure, dude. What a dork. I know, man. Listen, I own it. Okay, Richard Forbes. I think the Jets may be tough just because of the division similarities. Bills versus refs. Okay, breathe. Nancy, you are absolutely correct. I need to go on ahead and just relax, zen out a little bit, maybe do a bit of meditation. Maybe I need to call my buddy Richie so he can walk me through some breathing exercises from the yogis out there. We're going to have to see how that plays. Dan Mitchell is triggered by Mahomes. Absolutely. Who wouldn't be at this point? Yes, even though our last 3 games are Pats, Jets, Pats, they still will be challenging just because they are divisional games. I mean, it's true. Listen, watch any divisional game from the AFC North, right? No one thought the Browns would beat the Ravens a couple of weeks ago. All these divisional games, teams are built to compete within their division. It's just how it is. So those are not going to be walks in the park by any stretch of the imagination, but we will see. It's always a battle. Let's get it on. I am looking forward to the game, my friend. Shout out to the Chiefs fans in the chat as well. I hope you're enjoying your weekend indeed. Bills and the fans should be tired of losing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, trust me, my friend, we are. Kansas City refs will probably win tomorrow. We have Connor coming in saying, "Go Bills, we are going to beat the Chiefs tomorrow." Speak it into existence, my friend. Dan, I think we can win. But like the team says, just another game regarding if we win or lose, we still will be hosting a playoff game. Like I'm saying, right? I really don't put as much value on the first seed as I feel like a lot of fans are, because I think that it all really ultimately turns out as into the path to the Super Bowl, right? And ideally, I would like to have favorable matchups. Okay. Like, say, for example, that we're the second seed. Number one, we have a home game, and we would likely be playing either the Denver Broncos or the LA Chargers. I think some people are trying to sneak in the Cincinnati Bengals, but let's be honest with ourselves. I think their defense is way too much of a liability. They are going to screw them at least 2 more times this season. Obviously, I'm just throwing out a bunch of speculation at this point, but that's based off of what I have witnessed so far this season. I could be wrong, but I think more than likely when it comes into it, 6th and the 7th seed likely going to be the Chargers and the Denver Broncos. I like that matchup. First wild card, second wild card, right? Say, for example, the Steelers end up winning the AFC North, which I am still predicting that they do. That means that Baltimore is going to be the 5th seed, okay? Meaning that they would play the Kansas City Chiefs during their first game, that divisional round. Hopefully, Kansas City ends up winning. If not, we would end up playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, or we would end up playing that 3rd seed after the case. I've already mapped this out, baby. That's precisely where I am at this point. We're going to have to see. Flick Shorts is saying, "It's all love and debates and clips. Love what you're doing." Thank you, Flick Shorts. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I can remain somewhat entertaining for you. We have Axel in the chat, who I just learned was a Chiefs fan. My boy's been in here for a minute. Axel, you're the man. You're the homie, but not this week. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. You're the man. It's funny because I actually feel like this Buffalo Bills team is going to do very well against Kareem Hunt this week. I feel like we're actually going to do very well against stopping the run for Kansas City. Because when I look at any sort of game plan where we want to commit exclusively to the run, which this Bills team normally does, but we wait until the second half after Sean McDermott makes his adjustments. I feel like when I look at all the wide receivers that Kansas City has, I'm just trying to roll through my brain of all the matchups. We have Christian Benford versus DeAndre Hopkins. I trust Benford versus DeAndre Hopkins. They run the exact same speed. Benford has been locked down. He's top 4 in preventing separation. So I love that matchup. I love Taron Johnson right against Watson, maybe against Smith-Schuster, who is likely going to play from a hamstring injury. He was a full participant yesterday. And then say that it's Xavier Worthy on the outside. I love Rasul Douglas because we're looking at a corner in Rasul Douglas who is 6'1", 215 pounds. And we're looking at a wide receiver in Xavier Worthy who is 5'11", 165. I've been reading a lot that Xavier Worthy is actually hurting the Kansas City Chiefs as far as their pass game. Like Pat Mahomes and him just don't trust each other. He doesn't often look his way. So I like that our corners have answers for each and every single one of their wide receivers. Now, Kelsey is an entire different story, but I think we can all agree at this point that Bernard is going to make us feel a hell of a lot better, right, than AJ Klein did last year. So that's kind of where I'm at. I have a good feeling that this Buffalo Bills team is going to do a swell job at being able to contain their overall rushing attack. I really do. Think of how the Buffalo Bills played the Seattle Seahawks. That's precisely what I think that we're going to get right there. A lot of single high safety, a lot of committing to the run. That is my overall take. Whoa, an F-bomb. I'm going to clip that out of context. Don't be an asshole, my friend. Anyway, we have Axel saying, who are you going to put on Xavier? We're probably just going to put Rasul Douglas on him. That or Benford. From what I've seen on Xavier Worthy, he hasn't had a game over 40 yards since week 1. He hasn't had a reception over 20 yards since week 1. And I think a lot of it based off of the film has been just all of these oversized DBs have been dominating him on the line of scrimmage. He hasn't been able to get off just due to the fact that he's super undersized. So as long as our DBs end up pressing the kid at the line, I have a feeling that he's not going to be able to get open fast enough. And of course, Pat Mahomes is going to be looking elsewhere as far as his progressions are concerned. I really love the matchup. We are going to be facing him with physicality at the end of the day. We beat the Chiefs last year in the regular season by 18 points, meant nothing when it came to the playoffs at home. I want to say we beat them by 3 points right in the regular season last time. Dan the Man, Allen and the Bills versus Mahomes 2 and the reigning champions Kansas City Chiefs. Absolutely. Our Rams guys in the chat. He's rocking with us right now. I absolutely love it. And do you think we messed up by letting MVS walk? I think we run too much personnel schemes where he doesn't fit. Let the core get in the flow. So I'll be completely honest with you, man. I think certain wide receivers are going to look a hell of a lot better in some systems than they do the others. I just don't think that MVS was really built to work with a QB like Josh Allen. I really don't. Like you said, I really think that what Joe Brady was trying to do is he was really trying to look for wide receivers that could be a threat in like that short pass game, really attacking the underneath. And MVS is that guy that is a field stretcher. He's going to be that dude where like he could really be our vertical threat. And I think Joe Brady has no interest in having a wide receiver like that, right? Because, I mean, is what it is. I'm so glad he's playing well over in New Orleans, but I just don't think that he was a personnel fit for us. And if we wanted to make him a massive contributor to this team, I think that we would have had to shift it a little bit of what our identity was. So I'm happy that he is succeeding over in New Orleans, but at the end of the day, I'm not entirely upset that he is gone. Go Bills from Kansas. Corey Sampson's in the chat. He's doing his thing. I thought Worthy got injured last week. I didn't see him on the injury report. I could be completely clueless, but I don't remember seeing him on the injury report at all this week. He should be good to go. We are going to have to lock these Chiefs in the secondary. I love the matchups, man. I feel like we will be okay. Sorry, 2 seasons ago, I meant to say, yeah, no issue. Go Bills from Kansas. Corey Sampson's in here. He's doing his thing. Guys, all right, listen. Shout out to Katie Robertson for winning the Josh Allen rookie card. You just won the Josh Allen rookie card, Katie Robertson. Congratulations. I'm super happy for you there. But, folks, listen, we have a new giveaway right now. We have a new giveaway, folks. We have a Keon Coleman signed jersey. A Keon Coleman signed jersey. Could be yours, folks. It could be yours. I am going to be giving this away about a day before the Buffalo Bills and San Francisco 49ers game. Obviously, next week is the bye week, and your boy's going to be on a cruise. So I don't want to make it next week because I wouldn't be able to send it off to the winner in time. But next giveaway is a Keon Coleman signed jersey. Okay. Oh, I'm super excited. So to give that to one of you guys, and for anyone that is joining the stream for the first time, it's super easy to join my giveaways. I have so many signed memorabilia pieces that I want to give away to each and every single one of you. All you need to do is be a subscriber to this YouTube channel. That is the only thing that needs to happen. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, okay? And then also make a free pristine auction account. A link is in bio if you haven't had an opportunity of doing so, folks. We are giving away that Keon Coleman signed jersey. I know that you guys do not want to miss out on this. I do have to shout out Rhythm, folks. If any of you are sports gamblers, in which that I know that you are, okay, I have been using AI to help me make all of my picks for player props, over-unders, you name it. A 7-day free trial, folks, right now. As long as you use that link in my bio, you're going to be able to have that 7-day free trial. And as we know, so many games are happening tomorrow. We have college football going on right now. If you are a gambling degenerate like I am and like how I know you are, you're going to want to go on ahead and check out Rhythm. 0 questions asked. Shout out to Rhythm for partnering with your boy this season, man. We're out here killing it. We're out here. We're trying to. I need that jersey. I am entered. Oh, beautiful. Nah, Jamie, good. We have Haram coming in. Chris Jones ruins everyone's day. Who will be blocking him? At least 2 defensive linemen or at least 2 offensive linemen. So I'll tell you what, listen, with Chris Jones, he's obviously one of the best interior defensive linemen in the NFL. But what's good is the fact that we have an offensive line that is top 4 in pass protection. And we also have a quarterback that can extend plays. He can rush outside of the pocket if necessary. That's Josh Allen's bread and butter right there. So I feel pretty confident about that. I'm not going to lie to you. All right. I can't bet online or gamble in New York, Rich. Sorry about that, my friend. Next time, check it out. And are you going to cry again if another podcast talks about you? No, Donald, this is exactly how I look at this entire situation, my friend. I think anybody that ever says the term, quote unquote, be a bigger man is somebody that grew up allowing people to walk all over them and be spineless cowards. I was raised that if somebody throws a punch at me, I throw a punch right back. So I'm not going to sit here and apologize and allow everyone to victimize the initial offender. If somebody throws a punch at me, I'm going for the fucking throat. That's all I'm going to say about that. If somebody throws a punch at me, I am going for the fucking throat. I'm not apologizing about that. I never will. And if you don't like it, then stop watching my shit. That's basically what I'm saying. If somebody comes at me, I throw a punch back. It's how it is. What's up, Dan? Chris from P-More here tuning in. How you doing, man? I don't mind losing this weekend. Let's just go get healthy for the playoffs. But of course, win would be nice. Wouldn't that be ideal? Love the Finns. Still talking trash. At least we will be in the playoffs. Rich is coming on in. Can't even play stake. At least, blah, blah, blah. They didn't really say anything. Verbatim. Well, Donald, your mother's a whore, but no shade to you. That's exactly what that means, fool. That's exactly what that means. Right? Same exact philosophical way of structuring a sentence. That's precisely how it is. Bills are perpetual victims when it comes into playing the Chiefs. Rough and rowdy Buffalo edition. Absolutely, man. Let's make that happen. Dan's going to fight Jake Paul next. Oh, it's happening. You wait for that. Dan would need to be at least 58. Let me see. Dan is ignoring me. Bills Glazer. What's going on, man? How you doing? Where's Bills Glazer at? 42-12. We have that going on, man. Let's make that happen. What podcast needs the smoke, fan? Oh, man. No, Bills Glazer. I'm definitely not doing that, man. I'm definitely not doing that. We got, whoa. He's coming in. Raleigh is coming on in saying, what podcast needs a smoke? I'm not worried about it. So they ain't big enough to be my enemy. Why would losing to the Chiefs be in our benefit? It's not even necessarily that, man. It's just more of the case where I'm looking at it from this perspective. I feel like as we've played the Kansas City Chiefs in the past, I feel like that we've put a lot out on the table. And so I feel like we've put a lot out on the table where Andy Reid has all the answers to the test. That's basically how it all kind of plays out, right? So, like, I just kind of want to make sure that we keep a couple of things on the roster after the fact. How old is Dan? 29? Oh, my God, dude. Dude, thank you so much. I'm 33 years old. I'm 33 years old. Explain to me how it's in the best interest to lose to anyone, especially to an AFC team. If it's Kansas City or to the Jets, it doesn't matter. Are we okay if we take the L this weekend? Yes, but come on. Yes, we would be okay. Yes, I am rooting for the Buffalo Bills to beat the ever-living hell out of the Kansas City Chiefs. I promise you that. And make it happen, baby. Listen, I just think that we're better off as the second seed. And even if we do beat the Kansas City Chiefs, how confident are we that they are going to lose another game after that? That's sort of my situation. I don't understand the narrative that losing would be beneficial. Flick Shorts is coming in. Tua before Dan, after Dan. Holy shit. Bills' priority versus Chiefs should be to come out of the game healthy. Definitely can't afford more injuries. I love that. Dalton Kincaid is out. Keon Coleman is out. Cooper is playing. Spencer Brown is questionable, but I'm pretty sure he's playing. I want to see more. Yes, I feel like we'll be completely fine right there, man. Really. Roscoe is saying, I think we lost to the Chiefs last year. Was he had players off of the street playing defense? I'm pretty excited for this game. Kansas City plays practice plays, and the Bills show us what they will do in the playoffs. Absolutely. Maybe a little Damar Hamlin fake punt action. A blowout win would be huge psychologically. Listen, I would have a raging boner if that was the case. Even if they don't overtake the first seed. Dolphins going on a run. You're absolutely crazy. Dan, if Chiefs win, will they fall like the Eagles from a couple years ago? But Bills are going to win still. I absolutely love that, man. You're not wrong, but Coleman, Kincaid, etc. out, not showing the full playbook. Beat the team like a Cherokee drum, baby. What an honor on a Saturday afternoon. Absolutely, folks. Listen, I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. I just had to come on and talk to my people for a little bit because I love each and every single one of you. I really, really do. For sure. Listen, man, like that's my biggest concern is that we show everything that we have, but Keon Coleman and Kincaid being out, I think we could still end up making it happen. Great debate last week. Coach AJ, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I certainly appreciate that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I thought that I won, and so did the people. I won the debate. Look at that. I thought you took Saturday off, man. Hey, nah, baby, I'm chilling. I'm keeping it real. I just want to play Plinko on stake. Get that 1000X, but can't. 44 other states can be so unfair. SFL outside. Dolphins only have 1L left on their schedule. Man, we got a lot of Dolphins fans in here doing whatever they can to make this happen. Guys, 138 of you in here rocking with me right now. I do want to remind you that I am giving away that signed Keon Coleman jersey. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel if you haven't had an opportunity of doing so far. So you could be a part of all of my giveaways for the remainder of the season. Certainly excited to keep that up. Damn. Bill I Am is coming in. We needed Coleman, Milano, and Carter for this game. Wouldn't that be ideal? I hope Dolphins go on a run so they just ruin their draft spot and still not make the playoffs. Number 17. Richie Fresh. Jamie, yeah, but realistically, they need reps beforehand. Question is, will they have enough? You know what I mean. The mad, so to hope we face each other again in full rosters are with the excuses. Let me see, Donald. Here's why. So we would lose. So they drafted Creed Humphrey. We drafted Boogie Basham. They have Chris Jones. We have Mr. One Sack against Tua. Ed Oliver and is bloated, overpaid. Hey, look at that, man. So our good friend Donald, he still loves me. So he came in here. He tried to get under my skin. He was like, actually, you know what? I understand Dan Mitchell's actually makes a little bit of sense. I love that. And now he's talking about ball again. I appreciate that. I feel like Ed Oliver, especially Daquan Jones, have been nothing with run defense. However, I think that we're going to be able to run a lot of single high safeties, and we're going to be able to commit to the run at the end of the day. So we will be pretty good. Fins fans riding high because they actually won a game. Talking win out now. I agree, Ryan. How you doing? Paul Walker, make homie beat us deep. Don't let the walrus scheme up all of that yak. We have Richie Fresh. Fins fans still celebrating their Lombardi last week. Absolutely. And so I don't want to face the Bengals if they sneak in. I think that their defense is still going to screw them over at least 2 or 3 times after the face. We will see. So Oliver is second on the team in pressures and missed time. So context is super important right here, folks. Context is super important. Absolutely love that. I don't want to face the Bengals if they sneak in. I really don't see the Bengals sneaking in, bro. And so their defense has been a liability for some time, and we'll see. Hip hop. Let's go. Dan, so I like the Bills Mafia. It has a good title, but I think if you called it the Stampede, would be a better title or on the same level because Bills move in the herd. I absolutely love that. Go Bills with Keon and Dalton out. We hold them in reserve for the playoff matchup. Look at that. Nothing but love, Dan. It's nothing but love to you, Donald. I appreciate that. Listen, man, we can go on ahead and sort of like have a disagreement on how we handle particular situations. I love you, and I appreciate you for coming in and showing a little bit of love. Hey, Dan, I think this would hurt us if we lost. We need to stick it to the rest of the league. The Bills can beat good teams, and we want that 1 seed so we can address our biggest weakness, injury. Should I buy the 12-pack for Anthony before the game or wait to see if he has to buy me one. Me and my bro watching every Bills versus Chiefs game since Allen and Mahomes got into the NFL. Like, I mean, I'm surprised y'all's friendship has lasted, Jamie. It's the Stampede instead of the Stampede. So who do you think will be a dark horse in the playoffs, Dan? A dark horse in the playoffs? Give me... Actually, I'd say the Chargers. And to be honest with you, fun fact. So the Chargers are holding teams to 13 points. 13 points. The Dan Pete instead. We have Ina Johnson. Yay, it was a boring Saturday without any football news going on until I saw that Dan having a live stream. Go Bills. Let's get a win tomorrow. Absolutely. I absolutely love that. Do you think Brady stays or goes and gets the bag? Steelers. Rich is coming in. If we can beat the Chiefs without some of our best players, then I'll feel better coming to the playoffs. I love that, baby. Shades on. Now it's on, baby. Listen, it's the victory shades. We got to make it happen. Man, I still have PTSD after going to the Ravens game. They're the only team I don't think we can answer. Cal is coming on in and saying, "What's up, bro? Hope you're having an amazing day. Go Bills." Paul Walker, never sleep on Harbaugh. King Jamie, we both love football. I actually like the Bills more than most teams since Jim Kelly showed me what a real man is. A real man, baby. That's what I'm talking about, Jamie. And tell me, Jamie, does a real man stick up for himself? I think he does, doesn't he? And to know real man is I'll be the bigger man. Hell no, bro. Hell no, bro. That's a real man right there, baby. That's a real man right there. I love that. Damn Skippy. That's what I'm fucking saying. A real man sticks up for himself, baby. Not like, oh, Dan, why did you even respond? You're such an asshole for defending yourself, Dan. Oh, no, Dan. You soft-ass little bitches. I'm just kidding. I love each and every single one of you. Anyway, Cal is coming on in. Josh Allen for MVP, and my name is Colby. Been a lifetime Bills fan. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Colby. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. King Jamie is laughing. Holy shit. Bengals will get the 7 seed. I'll tell you what, man. I'm not entirely sure that that's going to happen. And so I'm not entirely sure that I just don't think that their defense is going to be able to help them out much. Old fart, Bills break. I love that. Hey, bro, don't sweat on these trolls talking shit. See, here's the thing, Jason, right? Like, I actually really enjoy going back and forth. Like, right now, like this absolute fucking buffoon. His name is Pat Moran. I had no idea this fool existed. He's been coming at me on Twitter, too. He's trying to insert himself. Like, he's like 70 years old. And nothing wrong to anybody in here that's also around that age. But, like, he's acting like a fucking child right now. And he's really upsetting me. But listen, I like to address the trolls because it's just free content for me. It gives me more exposure. So when people hate me and they retweet my clips, they're helping me. Little do they know of expanding my overall brand. So I like that, baby. I like that. You got to watch John Jones tonight, UFC. Absolutely, man. I love that. Butler being out is interesting. Bucker. We have Bones Heimlich. Pat Mahomes eats boneless wings. Absolutely true, bro. Pat Moran is a loser. He is. He's a little 5'6" wannabe who I often listen to his show when I'm trying to bore myself to sleep. That's typically what it is. I normally listen to Pat Moran when I'm trying to bore myself asleep because I am particularly someone that struggles with insomnia. So his boring ass piece of content, I just have that like running on replay so I can go on ahead and pass out. Anyway, with ketchup. That's what I'm talking about. 304, man. Listen, guys, 127 of you on YouTube, 175 of you on X. Do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make it happen. We have he pulls golf balls through garden hoses. Absolutely. Guys, I love that. I love that. And so when are we getting a gym stream? I have no idea. We have Jacob. Bro, what is this title? I need an explanation. Jacob's coming on in. All right. Yeah, listen, dude. Basically, what I'm thinking about this entire situation is what if we do lose? Is losing to the Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills best interest? And no, it's not, because I need to beat the shit out of this team, regardless of what it is. But I don't think that the first seed is truly in grasp, is basically my thought. Let me see what else. You have hip hop rolling on in. Dan is the 50 Cent of trolling on YouTube. Thank you so much. I'm very good. Hey, Dan, love the show, man. Give me a shout out. Go Bill. Shout out to my boy Thomas Frontera in here. Rocking it in, baby. Making it happen. Fins Fan 7 Miami owns no one in the NFL. How sad. Look at that. That's beautiful. All right, folks. So I wanted to go ahead. I wanted to hop on here for a little bit, chat it up with my boys on a Saturday. I do want to remind everybody that I am going to be live tomorrow twice. I am going to have a pregame show, and I'm also going to be doing my live play-by-play reaction to the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. I really think that you guys are going to enjoy it. So do me a favor, subscribe and turn on bell notifications if you haven't had an opportunity of doing so far. Please enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I will see you tomorrow. Deuces.